Okay, okay. I know. I did a lousy job of talking about this assignment.
Okay, okay, I know, I know.
There goes my watch. So I did a lousy job of uh, giving you instructions on this assignment. I know, but it's 10 minutes, and if I decided to take the time that I wanted to talk about causality in talking about the assignment, what would have happened is that I would have needed 15 minutes, or maybe longer than that. And if you know me at all, you know I can talk forever. See, um, when you geek out on something, well, I geek out on this stuff, which makes me a real nerd. And so you have to understand that this is like I love talking about this stuff, and so I need to keep the time to just 10 minutes, right? Already, and a minute has gone by, and I'm just like so amped up about this. All right, but here we go. So what you're going to do is this. You're going to click on that, right? And this is where you submit the stuff. But let me show you what you do. So here's the table. So I'm going to highlight. I'm going to start from here, for example. And I'm going to push this down. You see how I got that all there? And I'm going to click on copy. And then I'm going to open up my Word. Ta-da! And then I'm just going to click paste. And here's the table. Right? Now it looks a little bit easier, right? So it's causal relationships, right? And the first variable I have is gender affects income. That's the causal relationship. That's what that means, right? And then I have here, okay, identify the independent variable. If you took research methods one, you understand the difference between independent variable and dependent variable. If you took and listened to what I was talking about with causal order, X and Y, then you know, right? What's the independent variable? X. What's the dependent variable? Y. X causes Y, or X has an effect on Y. Y happens because of X, right? So in this particular case, we're talking about gender. I also want you to identify the level of measurement. You should know this already. If you don't, um, there you should be able to look up levels of measurements. I will discuss this in the future. If you don't know it, don't go too crazy. Don't go too. But if you do, this is the place where you want to do it. And if you make a mistake, don't worry about it. I'll correct it, and then we'll move on and we'll move forward. I just want you to start thinking about in these types of terms, right? And then in this column here, I want you to put the dependent variable and the level of measurement. So, what's the causal relationship? Gender affects income. What's the independent variable? Gender. What's the level of measurement? Nominal. What is the dependent variable? Income. What's the level of measurement? Interval. Right? Now list the categories. What are the categories in the variable? Well, in gender, it's man and woman. In income, it's dollars. Now, here's example number two. Education affects occupation, right? So I have the variable education, and what kind of level of measurement is the variable education? Well, it's in years, so it's interval. What is the dependent variable? Occupation. Education affects occupation, right? Your education level affects occupation. This is the Y. So what type of variable is occupation? It's nominal. Don't worry about it. Well, I'm going to have a class all on that. So I'm not going to be, if you know it, great. If you don't, if you want to take a guess, okay? List the categories. Well, years of education, or, high school versus college, but it's the years of education that you have. Well, occupations, lawyer, doctor, janitor, there's the examples, right? So I want you to do the same thing here. Find, give me a causal relationship. This causes that. Then tell me what's the independent variable? This. What's the dependent variable? That. What are the categories in the variable that's the independent variable? What are the categories in the variables that's the dependent variable? Then do it again with a different level of measurement. Not too bad. Wow, I did that in under 5 minutes, so I am very proud of myself. I think this should be enough to get you going. Similarly, with see, this is how I geek out, so I'm going to make this quick. Um, with this right here, all I want you to do is using the variables that are all listed here, as your point of reference, right? So I'm asking you to give me um, list 10 causal effects that you, if it was you, you'd like to know about, that you'd like to research more. Well, these are the things that sociologists research. So what I want you to do is to consider, using this. You don't have to use this. If you've got totally different idea of something that you want to research, then list that causal relationship, right? This causes that. Mm, I think that makes sense, and I just want you to list 10 of those. All right. So now I'm at 5.5 minutes. I think this is a good time to stop. If again you have any questions, feel free. And the way you submit, click on there. Someone's already submitted. See how easy that is? Click on uh, create a thread, right? And then submit your stuff. Simple as that. And I hope that um, if there are any issues, you feel free to just reach out to me. I will try to deal with this as much as I can. And now we're at 6 minutes, and this is a good place to just click stop. Have a great day, everybody.